welcome back to another episode. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe, keep up to date what I'm trying to share with you guys. So today I just wanted to chat about a few things that have been popping up in my newsfeed and stuff lately in regards to CrossFit. Obviously we're about 1 week out from starting the CrossFit Games, which is exciting. So we're going to see all of the athletes who qualified for the CrossFit Games show off all of their hard work and training and see who becomes the fittest man and woman on earth, the fittest team on earth, all of that kind of stuff, and it's going to be an exciting next couple of weeks. So what I wanted to chat about today was Ricky Garard posted on his social media page that he was playing golf while he was over in Vegas. He said that he's not very good at it. Now, I did send him a message and I said, let's hope that one of the events at the CrossFit Games isn't a round of golf. And he was like, oh God, I'd be in trouble if it was. He did actually say that he was 12 over after 9 today. So I actually don't know much about golf. I asked Jay. Jay's quite into golf, and he told me that that's actually pretty good, especially for someone who doesn't play very often. So I wonder if athletes were having to be put into a different sport that wasn't CrossFit related, like when they did the one with the Rogue and they had the shooting and stuff. So that was a little bit different, and then obviously they had the race, like bike races and stuff. However, most people know how to ride a bike, some people didn't, but most people did. And it's not like a activity where it's a lot of skill. You just kind of have to, understand how to move the bike or, shoot the gun down and aim pretty well. When you're playing something like golf, heaps of things could go wrong. You have to think about the wind and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be interesting to see if they actually did do something like that, where athletes had to play a different sport that was individual, and how would they fare coming out of that actual event. It would be, I personally think it would be interesting, and see who is more well-rounded across various sports, like who's actually athletic sport-wise, not just CrossFit specific. The other thing I want to talk about in regards to Ricky is a lot of my students at school have been wanting to watch some of my vlogs. So in the past, I've done a fair few vlogs with Ricky. We watched some of those. Now all my students are super excited to watch some of the events from the CrossFit Games. I've actually got quite a few students who are doing CrossFit at the moment on Fridays with me for sport, which is cool. I love getting young people involved in the sport because they're the future. They're the future of our sport. And it's amazing to see what young people are achieving these days, so early on in CrossFit, and where the sport's headed, in the long term. It's going to be such a different sport compared to, it already is. It's been around for 15 years or so, and it's already changed so much. And I've been involved in CrossFit for almost 12 years, so that's a long time to be involved in it, and to see how much the sport has grown over such a short period of time, really, compared to other sports. The other thing I want to talk about was CrossFit made an announcement that Royce Dunne was going to be one of the members on the demo team, which is super exciting. I got really excited about that. Royce deserves to be there. He's a well-known athlete. They seem to pick an Aussie every couple of years. So they had Cam Porter and James Newbury both on the demo team last year. This year they chose Royce to be the person. However, when he went to organise his flights and stuff, he's actually unvaccinated, so his visa and stuff to get into America was not approved due to being unvaccinated. Now, that's a personal choice of his own. He chose not to be vaccinated. I did have a chat to him about, if there looks like any sign of America changing their rules in the future about going overseas unvaccinated. He said that from what he can see, it's going to be changing quite soon. And I did say to him that I hope that if it does change, that it means he's not going to retire anytime soon, because I do think that Royce has got more in him, especially even if he goes teams. I think that he could be a strong candidate on a team. Back in, I think, 2019, he competed on a team. They actually qualified for the CrossFit Games, but that was when they cancelled all of the CrossFit events, and it was 2020, sorry, and they went to the ranch and only took the individual athletes. So he actually qualified on another Mayhem team through the ACC competition here in Australia, and would have went to the games on a teams back then. But I hope he does go on a teams event as well. The only other thing I wanted to chat about was local comps. So I've been looking into a fair few local comps. Now the comps are coming back into a CrossFit in local areas and stuff. I've noticed a big thing. There are no comps that seem to do, well, hardly any comps that do mixed pairs. It seems like as if all these comps are just going for same-sex pairs, so male, male, female, female. And often, like, sometimes it's actually hard to find another female athlete who's at your level or wants to go RX. A lot of, just in your general gym and stuff, there's not many female athletes who like to go RX. So trying to put together a female-female RX team can actually be quite challenging at times. Now, in my case, for example, I live like in the middle of nowhere in Mildura, and there's not many girls in my region who are competitive. So there's one other girl, but unfortunately she has a lot of stuff going on with her own personal stuff that she does outside of her work and that. So her boyfriend, he races in Speedway, and then she's also in the Army Reserves, so she's always away all the time. So it's quite hard to try and organise a competition or try and compete. So if you watch the start of the last vlog that I posted, episode 50, you'll see we actually did the online qualifiers for the All-Stars. Now, that's the only option I've really got here in the female athletes competing. No one else that I really know here wants to actually do competition. So I find it really hard to find female athletes. And my husband's the same. Like, he struggles to find another male athlete who wants to do RX, who, like, living here, we're quite new to this town as well, so we don't have a solid connection with every single person in this town, in the CrossFit community and stuff. And same case again, like, there's only like one other guy really that we know in this town who likes to compete, but he has another friend that he quite regularly competes with. So it makes it a lot harder to be able to find people when it's male. I'm not exactly sure why competitions are no longer seeming to offer a male-female partnering option. The Tumor comp that I went to at the start of the year, and I talk about this comp quite regularly, it was a fantastic comp and they run an excellent show. They have great prize money and they're just a little bit out of the box. Like, it's so different to go into another competition. However, even they don't run a male-female division. They are for next year. However, it's only for scaled athletes. And for example, if my husband and I wanted to do it, if Jay and I wanted to do it, we're not scaled athletes, we're RX athletes. And even though we're getting older, like I'm 37 years old and Jay's about to turn 35, so we're getting into that masters category, but we're still fit enough to be able to go into the normal RX division without going into masters or anything. And we definitely don't want to do mixed division together in a scaled competition. So I don't know, what are your thoughts around this? Like, is there a reason why local competitions no longer do, or hardly any, seem to offer male-female partnerships at competitions? Make sure you leave a comment below, tell me what your thoughts are, and get back to me. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, keep up to date what I'm trying to share with you guys. See you in the next one, crew.